window into the corruption of our system. My name is Mauro Matosinho, and I have been a private jet pilot for 15 years. In November 2023, I was hired by a company called Táxi Aéreo Piracicaba. It was a company that appeared to be in full expansion. Epaminondas was in command of the operation, and he was not just a manager. He was the one who articulated the flights, the aircraft, and the relationships. And it was Epaminondas himself who informed me that the plane I was flying, a Gulfstream G150 with registration Papa Romeo Sierra Mike Golf. It belonged to two businessmen, Beto and Primo. They operated in the fuel sector and maintained relations with the Reach Fund. And today, both are identified by the federal police as leaders of the PCC.
And it is precisely this most important point that I want to highlight. 6 years ago, when I was investigating, because of the activity of my client's aircraft, Papa Tango, Victor Charlie Quebec, it made me step away of my activity managing my father's company, because my father had passed away 30 days earlier. And under the pretext of investigating the airplane Victor Charlie Quebec, the Denmark police carried out an illegal raid at my father's and my mother's house on Ossos Avenue 95 on April 30th, 2020, as I am taken for an interrogation where I answer about Victor Charlie Quebec, since they were investigating the narratives of my WhatsApp conversations because I was assisting the client. And I answer all the inquiries at the police station in São Paulo. They asked me about my father's activity, his companies, for 40 years about servicing more than 12,000 aircraft. At that moment, as everything was dark, and I saw illegal, irregular, and criminal activity due to trying to incriminate me for something I didn't do, don't do, and never did. And not even my father, I am stepping away from the administration of MANAV, Homologation Certificate F037605, a company that has more than 12,000 open service hours that controls the Ramalho Franco Aerodrome of the Sierra Delta Papa November runway in the interior of São Paulo, given that the influence of the PCC in aircraft activity and the growth of drug trafficking would lead to my being investigated by other clients. And that could certainly take away my civil rights guaranteed by the Constitution of my country. From there on, this journey begins, where I am accused of carrying a weapon where I am not in the city. Carrying a weapon, if I had a weapon, it would be with me. It wasn't. My weapon is the pen. That's what I use. It's my head. About the evaluation of all the facts, the most dangerous aspect of all this is the inversion of legal values. Aeronautics, which protects us in some international agreements that come from Paris 1918, Havana 1928, and Chicago 1944. Where it defines roles and responsibilities for the operators within the system of civil aviation, which is linked to the airspace protection system, whom we represent. Today, my fight for justice is much bigger than that, since my CNPJ is also being persecuted and can indeed be